Hello there guys, welcome to one of my live videos, and on this video there is lots to negotiate about. So I am going to be giving you a bit more additional information on Donny van de Beek from Ajax. I have been talking with you about him on a regular basis. Then I'm going to be giving you some latest news on Kai Havertz from Bayer Leverkusen. Then a bit later on in the video I am going to be talking with you a bit more about Pogba. And then I am going to mention Federico Bernadeshi. So that's what I'm going to negotiate on this video. So let's start, with the news on Donny van de Beek. So I do feel as though that Manchester United and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer do need to make a transfer decision regarding Donny van de Beek. Do you think Manchester United should sign him? Now, I think, there's a great chance, that we could actually, sign Donny van de Beek. Now, the main explanation for this is because of Real Madrid's finances. You've had Real Madrid's players that have had to take pay cuts. Also, to even Barcelona players have taken pay cuts. And I think, actually, a lot of clubs, won't even be in the summer transfer market. So, reflects on that, that's a big boost for Manchester United. City may not be in it. Liverpool, I don't think are going to be in it. Tottenham won't be in it and that. So, we could actually, be competitive in the summer transfer window. Now, obviously, the ongoing situation with Donny van de Beek is that, we're looking to get Donny van de Beek for around £36 million. Obviously, Edwin van der Sar, who's the CEO of Ajax, he's confirmed that Manchester United are interested in him. Don't forget, we've recently been in talks with Ajax over signing Donny van de Beek. And there's been reports recently saying that, Real Madrid have agreed personal terms with Donny van de Beek, and, they've agreed to get Donny van de Beek for around £49 million. But don't forget, Donny van de Beek did recently, deny this. But we are looking to hijack Real Madrid's pursuit of Donny van de Beek. Now, I do like Donny van de Beek a lot. Like I've mentioned, I've watched him quite a few times at Ajax. Don't forget, Donny van de Beek was key for Ajax getting to the Champions League semi-finals last season. He was also, key for them, winning the Eredivisie title last season. And he's predominantly a box-to-box midfielder, is Donny van de Beek. And I think he primarily plays in that number 6. He has made over 100 appearances for Ajax as the player. Like I said, he joined Ajax's youth setup in 2008. He was in Ajax's youth setup for around 7 years and then made his senior debut in 2015 in Ajax's game against Celtic, but since then has become an integral part of their team. I think Donny van de Beek has got a contract with Ajax until 2022. But Van der Sar also didn't only confirm our interest in him, he did put a warning out saying that, Ajax players will not go on the cheap. Ajax have lost quite a few of their imperative players in recent years. Don't forget they lost Frankie de Jong to Barcelona. They also lost Matthijs de Ligt to Juventus last summer and that. But Ajax, have got a very, very good youth squad. They really, really have in that. Probably, one of the best in the world. So that's one admission I am going to make. But yeah, so like I said, £36 million is a cheap solution for a player of Donny van de Beek's calibre. But I think even £49 million is a cheap solution for the player. But do you think, his Premier League standard, do you think he'd live up to expectations in the Premier League if he did come? Do you think if we signed him, he'd complement our midfield? But some Manchester United fans have got element of concerns that, Donny van de Beek has got too many similarities to Bruno Fernandes and Paul Pogba. But the good news is about him, he's still got a hell of a lot of years ahead of him. Donny van de Beek is only in his early 20s. So let's just put that into the equation. But yeah, Real Madrid is still obviously, looking to sign Donny van de Beek. Real Madrid have got a lot of players on their agenda. There's actually, quite a few players they are signing to, who they are planning to sign next summer instead of this summer. Erling Haaland, I think they're planning to sign him next summer. They're planning to sign Mbappe next summer. So these are quite a few they are planning to sign at Real Madrid. Of course, Real Madrid did recruit around, 6 players in last summer. Of course, they got Eden Hazard, they got Luka Jovic, they also got Rodrigo, they got Ferland Mendy, they got Eden Militao and that. But yeah, they're looking to do more business, in the transfer market. But they're also looking to offload players as well. And if Real Madrid can offload players, they are going to generate money. Don't forget, Real Madrid are the richest club in the world. We're the second richest club in the world, just behind Real Madrid. But we are the richest club in England, don't forget. But the players that Real Madrid are looking to offload, Real Madrid are looking to get rid of Gareth Bale. Karim Benzema's coming to an end of his career. There were stories coming out the other week saying that Real Madrid are looking to get rid of Eden Hazard because they're not satisfied with him. Looking to get rid of James Rodriguez. I give you the news on James Rodriguez this morning. It said, Man United are eyeing a cut price deal for James Rodriguez. At one point, James Rodriguez was valued at around £100 million, but no longer is valued at £100 million. James Rodriguez, will be available on the cheap because he has been surplus to requirements at Real Madrid, and James Rodriguez's contract at Real Madrid does expire next year. I think they're also looking to get rid of Donny Ceballos on a permanent transfer as well. So that is the breaking news on Donny van der Beek and that. But yeah. Now, let's delve into news on Kai Havertz from Bayer Leverkusen. So, according to Sky Sports, which is a very reliable source, it's also in quite a lot of other media outlets, and they have said that Chelsea are preparing to put around the £75 million bid in for Kai Havertz. And it also does mention now that Chelsea are in talks with Bayer Leverkusen over signing Kai Havertz. So Chelsea, are actually looking to get another player from the Bundesliga because obviously, they've already got Werner on the board by the looks of things. Chelsea are going to pay around 53 or is it 54 million for Timo Werner because that's his release clause in his RB Leipzig contract. Don't forget, he confirmed last week that Chelsea had offered Timo Werner a 5-year contract worth around £200,000 a week. I think Chelsea have agreed personal terms with the player, but as far as I'm aware at the moment, Timo Werner has not put pen to paper on this 5-year contract that Chelsea have offered him and that. But I've got to make an admission, it's a very, very good signing for Chelsea, is Timo Werner. Because obviously, Chelsea have been in search for a striker because the only fit striker they've got at the moment is Olivier Giroud. Is it Olivier Giroud, the only fit striker they've got at the moment? Because I think, was it Batshuayi or it might have been another one of Chelsea's strikers, that did sustain an injury in January. So it's a very, very good signing for Chelsea's Timo Werner, and of course it's looking likely it's going to be Frank Lampard's second signing as Chelsea manager. Don't forget Chelsea have already signed Hakim Ziyech from Ajax. I think they got him back in February in a deal worth around, is it 37 or 38 million pounds and that. But I'm actually, very, very surprised that, Werner's on his way to Chelsea, because at one point it didn't look like he was going to Chelsea. It looked very, very likely he was going to be going to Liverpool, Werner, because, Werner did reveal that his preference was a move to Liverpool. And don't forget, Timo Werner said back in February that Jurgen Klopp is one of the best managers in the world and that. One of the best managers in the world. And, he'd given like the 4 main explanations, why he wanted to go to Liverpool. And don't forget, my club, Manchester United, were in for Werner as well. He did actually, reveal back in February that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Werner had a private transfer meeting in Berlin, to discuss a move to Manchester United. But the main explanation why Liverpool haven't got him is because Liverpool were not willing to trigger his release clause. Liverpool only valued Timo Werner at around £30 million. But, Leipzig have said, they want around £50 million for the player. I think he's been a revelation, at RB Leipzig. I think he's got like 75 goals in 122 games for Leipzig. Leipzig, only paid around £10 million from Stuttgart, so they got him for next to nothing. Werner's still got a contract with RB Leipzig until 2023 and that. But it did look like, he was going to be going to Liverpool because you had Timo Werner's agent the other week before it got confirmed he was joining Chelsea. His agent had told us and Chelsea, to forget about him because, he was on his way to Liverpool and that. So yeah, so Chelsea, have got him on the board. It did say sometime this week it was going to be officially announced anyway. But yeah, so they are looking at, now get Kai Havertz. Don't forget, we've been relentlessly linked with Kai Havertz. Probably, Chelsea are seeing Kai Havertz as an adequate replacement for Willian. Because obviously, Willian's set to leave Chelsea on the free at the end of this month. So they are looking to get Kai Havertz in. Like I updated you about Kai Havertz recently, it did say, we'd made a transfer approach for Kai Havertz quite a few weeks ago. And Solskjaer is actually convinced that we can sign him in the summer transfer window. And yeah, Kai Havertz, will cost in the £70-odd million range. There were stories coming out the other week, and they were stemming from Sky Sports, saying that we'd put a £50 million bid in for Kai Havertz. Or we was planning to put around the £50 million bid in, and it did actually say that we was leading the race for the player. There's a few clubs that are in for him. You've obviously got Bayern Munich that are in for him. I think it did say that Bayern Munich are emerged as the favourites to sign Kai Havertz. And if he was to go to Bayern Munich, then obviously, he would be remaining in Germany. It also mentioned that Real Madrid are in for him. I think it recently said that Real Madrid had put around the £71 million bidding for Kai Havertz, but they will allow him to remain in Germany until next summer. But Kai Havertz, has spent the entirety of his career so far with Bayer Leverkusen. Obviously, he was in Bayer Leverkusen's youth squad for a good, 6 or 7 years. And he's been in Bayer Leverkusen's senior squad, I think, since 2016. But since then, he has become an integral part of their team. Don't forget, Kai Havertz became the youngest debutant in the Bundesliga. And he also, was the youngest player to reach a milestone of 50 and 100 Bundesliga appearances. And he is only the age, I think, of 21. And his versatility is good. He can play as an attacking midfielder, and he can also play as a winner. So yeah, so Chelsea now are set to battle Man United, for the signing of Kai Havertz. Chelsea's number one priority target is Ben Chilwell from Leicester. And of course, Ben Chilwell is a left-back. He's from Leicester. Chelsea, recruited a few players in from Leicester. Don't forget they got N'Golo Kante from Leicester. They also got Donny Drinkwater from Leicester as well. But yeah, there's quite a few clubs that are in for Kai Havertz. But I think Kai Havertz did recently say that he's interested in making a move to the Premier League because he does want to take his footballing career to the next level. And Liverpool were also in for him as well before. And Jurgen Klopp was talking about Havertz and Werner recently, saying, they are both great players. But, Chelsea, could enjoy a very, very good summer transfer window. If they do, obviously, sign Kai Havertz, that would be, Frank Lampard's first signing as Chelsea manager. Chelsea are also going to get rid of players as well. So, there you go. Now, let's delve into the news on Paul Pogba. So, I think, Paul Pogba must start for Manchester United when the season does resume. Because Paul Pogba now is the main man. And it's going to be interesting to see how Paul Pogba, performs, when the football season does resume. Now, don't forget, our first game back is Tottenham, and it is on the 19th of June, which isn't long away now, just over a week. And I expect, Paul Pogba to be playing in that game. Now, I haven't really had a perception on Paul Pogba this season because his appearances have been limited at the football club. He's only played 8 times this season for Manchester United due to his injuries. The last game he did play was our 4-1 win against Newcastle, and the last time he started from the start was back in September. By the way, we have been at Carrington today. We were supposed to be playing Stoke in a friendly, but reportedly now it has been cancelled, a practice match. So I just want to confirm that with you guys. Like I said to you, I'm very, very excited about the prospects of Paul Pogba playing alongside Bruno Fernandes in our midfield. I think, they can play together in our midfield. You'd obviously, have Paul Pogba in the number 6 or the number 8. And you'd obviously, have Bruno Fernandes in the number 10, which is Bruno Fernandes' predominant position. But like I said before, I think Bruno Fernandes is key to Paul Pogba's future. And if Paul Pogba can build a good partnership with Bruno Fernandes in our midfield, and I think Paul Pogba can commit his long-term future with Manchester United, and he could end up, signing a new long-term contract. As it stands at the moment, Pogba's got a year left on his contract at Manchester United, but the club do have an option to extend it for a further year. We'll probably trigger that 1 year extension on his contract anyway. But he did recently say that we have been in contract negotiations with Paul Pogba, But Paul Pogba on his current deal at the moment is on around, 300 grand a week, or just under £300,000 a week. So Paul Pogba is one of the highest paid players at the football club at the moment. But yeah, I can definitely assure with you that Paul Pogba will be staying at Manchester United for next season. So more or less now his future has been resolved. We did pay £89 million for him, so at the moment he is our most expensive signing, Paul Pogba. I've got to make an admission as well, Paul Pogba has been doing very, very well in training. He has been doing very, very well in training and that. Don't forget, Paul Pogba has had a long-running transfer saga, since he rejoined the football club from Juventus back in 2016. Obviously, he's been linked with Juventus. I did say, when Paul Pogba does leave Man United, he will make a return back to Juventus. Because Paul Pogba did enjoy 4 good years with Juventus, but the vast majority of his performances at Man United since he rejoined have been totally comparison to his ones at Juventus. Like I mentioned as well, swap deals have been high on the agenda. But swap deals are very, very rare in the modern game. Real Madrid have also been relentlessly linked with Pogba. Mini Raiola, of course, has been in the process of trying to get his client to transfer away from Man United, completed at least in the last couple of years. Because Mini Raiola has spoken with Juventus. He's also held secret talks with Real Madrid. Don't forget, last summer, Paul Pogba's preference was to make a move to Real Madrid and that. Because last summer, Paul Pogba was talking a lot about Real Madrid, about his dreams of playing under Zinedine Zidane. But he didn't go to Madrid because of the valuation we put on him, because we said last summer we wanted around £180 million for Paul Pogba, and quite clearly Real Madrid were not willing to meet that valuation. Stories coming out the other week as well saying that Real Madrid had offered up to 4 of their players for Paul Pogba. There were stories from Leeds End Sport coming out last week saying that Paul Pogba's still open to making a move to PSG. Open to making a move to PSG and all of that. I did say, didn't I, for PSG to get Paul Pogba, they'd either have to offload Mbappe or Neymar, who are the 2 most expensive players in the world at the moment. Barcelona have been in for Pogba before as well. Just wait to set this off. Barcelona have also been in for him, but we've confirmed anyway that Paul Pogba's not for sale, because we value Pogba at around £150 million. But I did say, if we had sold him, it would have been very imperative that we got more, than what we actually paid for the player and that. So there you go. So now he's back from his ankle injury. It's going to be interesting to see, how he performs in the game against Tottenham. And like I said to recently, we have got now 7 players back from injury. Solskjaer's confirmed anyway, we have got a fully fit squad, when the season resumes. Rashford's back and that, Delors back, Martial's back, Lingard, they're all back as well. Baye and Tuanzebe are back. So that's obviously very, very good news. Now, I want to delve into some news on Federico Bernadeshi from Juventus. I think I was talking with you about Federico Bernadeshi quite a few weeks ago and that. Now, reportedly, we're interested in Federico Bernadeshi. If we do fail to sign Jadon Sancho in the summer transfer window, then, we're going to look at the possibility of getting Federico Bernadeshi. So we are seeing Federico Bernadeshi as an alternative to Jadon Sancho. Now, there were stories coming out a few weeks ago. I think this was stemming from Gazzetta dello Sport, and they had said that Federico Bernadeshi, was interested in coming to the Premier League. He was interested in coming to the Premier League. If he was, of course, to leave Juventus. Now, of course, this has been Federico Bernadeschi's 3rd season with Juventus. Juventus did pay around, £35 million in from Fiorentina back in 2017. Federico Bernadeshi still got a contract with Juventus until 2022. I think, by the way, he is in his mid-20s. He's obviously being spoken about of coming Man United as part of a swap deal of Pogba going to Juventus. Federico Bernadeschi's versatility is very, very good. He can play as an attacking mid, he can play as a winner. He's also been deployed as a box-to-box midfielder. I think when he was younger, he's played as a wing-back, if I am correct. I think he's also played as a false number 9 as well. So yeah, his versatility, is very, very good. And he would be a much cheaper solution than Sancho. Maybe you'd get Federico Bernadeschi for maybe 30 or just a bit more than £30 million. So yeah, so he's now, another player, that we are currently looking at. But we'll only go in for him if we do fail to sign Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho at Man United is not guaranteed because, Borussia Dortmund have said that they still want at least 100 million. I think Sancho's recently made a decision where his next club's going to be. I don't think he'll be going back to his boyhood club, Chelsea. I think, we still remain the favourites to sign him. If we don't sign him in this summer transfer window, I think Sancho, will stay at Borussia Dortmund for next season and that. So, there you go. He's our priority target, is Sancho, but he's no longer our number one priority target. Our number one priority target is Jack Grealish. That recently got confirmed as well. So that is the latest on all of the transfer news. Also, too, on my video this morning, I give you the news on Anisumain Fati Vieira from Barcelona. Now, we're probably not seeing him as well as an alternative to Jadon Sancho. Like I said, he plays for Barcelona. He's only the age of 17. He's got a release clause of around £150 million, and Barcelona have said they're only willing to offload him if his £150 million release clause is triggered. He said reportedly we'd put an £89 million bid in for Ansu Fati Vieira, but this £89 million bid got turned down. George Mendes spoke to Barcelona, was it a month or so ago, regarding his valuation, but Barcelona are determined to keep the player, and he is predominantly a left winger. But this has been his first full season in the senior squad with Barcelona and that. So you do know the news on Fati Vieira anyway. So, yeah. But like I said to you, really, really looking forward to the game against Tottenham when this football season resumes. Solskjaer's looking to beat Jose Mourinho for the second time as a manager, because he's already overcome him once this season, and he's looking to beat Tottenham for the third time as a manager. Like I said, it's going to be interesting to see how Ole Gunnar Solskjaer approaches that game. It's going to be interesting to see what 11 Solskjaer goes with. I think he's got an idea of what 11 he is going to go with against Tottenham, to be quite honest with you. It's going to be interesting to see as well what formation he does go with. Because Solskjaer's been changing formation persistently this season. He has gone with a 4-2-3-1 a lot this season, and from my own perception, we look that expansive, with that 4-2-3-1 formation. He's gone with a 4-3-3 a few times. He's also gone with 3 at the back. From my own perception, we look more expansive with 3 at the back. So it'll be interesting to see, what formation he does go with. Very, very interesting to see in that. And like I said, there's things to look forward to for when the football season resumes for Man United. Obviously, the top 4 is a priority for us, because obviously, we do want to get that top 4, so we can get qualification for the Champions League for next season. We get qualification for the Champions League, we're going to generate money in that aspect, and that can also help us have more of a competitive summer transfer window. But we are 5th at the moment, 3 points behind Chelsea. The FA Cup and the Europa League's a priority for us as well, because that's a chance for us getting some silverware on the board under Solskjaer, because we've not yet won anything in terms of silverware under Solskjaer. And if we could win one of them, 2 of them, whatever, it would be a memorable first full season for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and that. It won't be an easy game with Tottenham. Tottenham were very, very inconsistent, before the football season got suspended. They was in a bad vein of form and that. But from Tottenham will be delighted now because, they've got Harry Kane back. They've also got Heung-min Son back. They've got a fully fit squad now. And Tottenham, have had a lot of injuries this season. So reflecting on that, they've had to make a rotation in their squad. But we've usually, got a very, very good record against Tottenham and that. I think after Tottenham, we've got Sheffield United. In the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, we've obviously, got Norwich. That's another game we should be winning as well. Don't forget, I updated you on one of my recent videos as well. Solskjaer has said that we will avoid buying rotten apples, because recently, Solskjaer had warned our players that he will not tolerate any rotten apples in the squad. But I think Solskjaer insists at the moment we haven't got any rotten apples in the squad. Man United are looking to sign players. Man United are looking to sign players in the image of Solskjaer and, of course, his coaching staff. But obviously, Solskjaer revealed his transfer strategy a while back. He still wants to continue the policy of recruiting young British talents to Manchester United like he did do last summer and that. So he has got a lot of young players on his agenda. Like I said, Solskjaer has been at the football club now for around 18 months, so he's been here a year and a half. Like I said, I've seen some good things. I've taken credit. There's some things I've credited him for so far during his tenure at Manchester United. Like I said, Solskjaer has promoted the youth very, very well. The young players have been given their chances, this season. Greenwood's done well and Brandon Williams has done well. But there again, there's some young players that have found their appearances limited at the club, found game time difficult. Angel Gomez, he's found game time difficult. To Heath Chong, he's found game time difficult. James Garner, he's also found game time difficult and that. But still promoted the youth well anyway. Like I said, we've done very, very well against the big six sides this season. We've taken 17 points against the big six sides this season and that. Like I said, Solskjaer became the first manager to beat Pep Guardiola 3 times in one season. That's very, very good. Also, too, Solskjaer's beaten Chelsea 4 times as a manager and overcome Frank Lampard 3 times. We haven't lost to Chelsea since Solskjaer came in. We drew with Liverpool earlier on this season. He's already beaten Tottenham twice as manager and that. So, we've done very, very well against the big six sides. And these positives to take. I also credit him, for the players that he has recommended into the football club so far. Because so far Solskjaer's recommended 5 players into the football club and spent just over £200 million on them. Last summer brought Daniel James and Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire in. And in January recommended Bruno Fernandes and Odion Ighalo in. But they have, been very, very impressive. And we have improved in the transfer market under Solskjaer anyway. I think, players in general have improved under Solskjaer. And I have seen some changes, Solskjaer was talking about what has changed at Manchester United, since he replaced Jose Mourinho back in December 2018. Like I said, Solskjaer's also got rid of a lot of the deadwood since he got recommended in to Manchester United. Like I said, around 9 senior players have departed the club since Solskjaer came in. So to be fair, he has got rid of a lot of the deadwood. Maybe these players who we shouldn't have got rid of, and that was Ander Herrera, we should have kept him, maybe, we should have kept Romelu Lukaku and that. But I think a total of 19 players have left the club since Solskjaer came in, because I think quite a lot of young players have gone as well. And obviously, we've loaned quite a few players out as well. So that's another thing I do credit him for. But like I said, there's decisions that Manchester United have got to make, for next season, for when the football season resumes, who's going to be our first choice left back? Is Luke Shaw going to remain our first choice left back, or is Brandon Williams going to become our first choice left back? Also, too, we know that David De Gea is going to remain our number 1 goalkeeper and that. Next season, will it be still Lindelof alongside Maguire, or will it be someone else alongside Harry Maguire? It depends if we do sign a centre-half. We've got a lot of centre-halves in the team anyway at the moment, but, we're looking to get rid of, Jones and Rojo and Smalling permanently. Well, we're looking to get rid of Jones, Smalling and Rojo permanently, yeah, so we can free up a bit more room in our back line. And that. Like I said, we've got to make a decision on Angel Gomez's future. We've got to know what's happening with Delors, because there was reports coming out a few weeks ago saying that, Barcelona and PSG were interested in Delors. But I think Solskjaer did confirm that he's determined to keep him. So these decisions that Manchester United have got to make, definitely in that. And there's big decisions we've got to make in the summer transfer window, you know, of what players we're going to recommend in, and of course what players we are going to get rid of. We are going to get rid of at least 5 players in the summer transfer window, maybe a bit more than 5 players, but we get rid of players in the summer transfer window. We are going to generate money in that aspect, and that we're going to get rid of Jones by the looks of things. We're looking to get rid of Smalling permanently. Roma, you know, are looking to get him permanently. I think we're going to loan Smalling out for next season to Roma. He's going to remain on loan with Roma for another season. And I think Roma are going to pay us around £3 million. And there's going to be an obligation to buy. And then I think that'll cost Roma around £13 million. Smalling won't be coming back to Man United. You know, looking to get rid of Rojo permanently. Looking to get rid of Sanchez permanently as well. We're looking to get rid of Jesse Lingard and also to Andres Pereira. You know, so players are definitely, you know, going to depart the football club, and that. Players, you know, are going to leave Manchester United and that. Don't forget though, Ed Woodward did say that we will remain competitive in the summer transfer market the other month, but he did say before that we won't do business as usual in the summer transfer market. I think Solskjaer's transfer limit was recently set, and reportedly we are reluctant to pay any more than £70 million for any player. So reflects on that. That puts like Sancho's move to Manchester United in doubt. Like I said, there were stories coming out the other week though saying that we'd taken a £140 million loan from the £150 million revolving credit facility to help us get through the coronavirus crisis and to help us, you know, get the right calibre players into the club. But Solskjaer's already revealed his plans. You know, he wants to make around 3 or 4 signings in the summer. I don't think we'll make 3 or 4 signings, but this is what Solskjaer wants to make because he believes we need that many signings, you know, to become title contenders next season and that. Because this has been the 7th season now, we have failed to mount any kind of title challenge up. And, you know, we haven't won the Premier League since 2013. So last time we won it was in Alex Ferguson's last season at the football club and that. But like I said, you know, we haven't dominated English football since the Alex Ferguson era. You know, Ferguson, like I said, enjoyed 26 years at Man United, won a total of 38 major honours in that. But didn't win out in his first 4 years, but no manager will replicate, you know, what Alex Ferguson did, or no manager will last as long as Alex Ferguson did either. So there you go. But yeah, Solskjaer's got the backing of Woodward, and he's also, of course, got the backing of the Glazers. There's still some contracts we need to sort out as well, because we've got around 9 players' contracts that are due to expire next year. But actually, you know, to be fair, a lot of players' contracts have been extended since Solskjaer came into the football club. But Solskjaer does deserve at least another season because, like I mentioned before, it is a transition period. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.